Well, I was thinking about body as a source of data, some sensoric memory that everybody has, and what stores in our body, what kind of informations, memories, patterns, everything that really imprints our body. So that's why I call it bank, because I think that our bodies are bank of data of our life. Always when I start a new creation, there is some particular subject, some phenomena that interests me. Here, beside the body as a bank of data, I came from text of Juhani Palasma, which is a Finnish architect, and he talks about sensoric approach to the architecture. So also how our body perceives the space, how we function in the space, not only according to our sight sense, to our vision, but more about how we feel in the space. So I looked at my body as an object in a space and as a space itself, and that was something nice to work with, because my approach started from my sensations, not from the aesthetics of the movement that I want to achieve. And then through the improvisation sessions and finding up some scores, some images that pops to my mind, I figure out that this is the structure I want to put on the stage. I think that this piece is very much abstract. It's not about really reading the story through my body, because of course, for example, in the second section, I juggle of my memories of patterns of what surfaces that I have touched, for example, and that gives me a drive for some kind of a movement response. But of course, nobody will know that now I'm touching a dog, or now I am looking at the sun, or something like that. This is so much abstract. But what I believe it gives the audience is some kind of an emotional drive and some kind of an compassion. If you see the body, which is very compact, which is very small, compressed, then it gives you some kind of an emotional response. And then when you see the body who is very much disorganized, I would say, it's very hectic, it also gives you some emotional drive. So this is what I would love to give to the audience, their own experience, but through the abstract sensations. Well, I knew that the place that I premiered the piece was a similar stage to Bakelit stage. It's more like a studio place. And I also know that this piece is very raw, let's say. We don't have a big set design. I'm just alone moving, and it's a lot about the illusions of the patterns of my costume, of the body geometrics. So I feel like if that was on the classical theater, when the audience is further away and the stage is up, especially that the first part is all the time on the floor, it would be very hard to catch the visual illusion that I want to create. And this is more like inviting audience to be closer to the performer and to really give this emotional exchange between me and the spectators. I have a new idea for a new piece, and I don't want to say much yet, because I'm at the moment of collecting stuff and like making the final decisions. I hope I will premiere it next autumn. And it's totally different stuff. Like, of course, I never strip from my experiences from my previous works. I always learn from the works that I'm producing. There is like the step forward. So for sure, I'm all the time interested in this illusion in body geometrics. I like the sensoric approach to the body, working on improvisational scores, but the subject will be totally different.